Hey guys, August Rosado here. I am coming to you from En Gedi, a beautiful oasis in the wilderness. And looking at the mountains and the caves that are here. This is the place where the Bible tells us in 1 Samuel 23, 28 and 29 and 1 Samuel 24 verse 1. This is where Melech David, this is where King David came and found refuge when fleeing from Saul, when Saul tried to kill him. And the reason why I say that this is a beautiful oasis in the wilderness is because this is just one of the waterfalls that you see here at En Gedi. We'll get a close up there. And it is a very, very warm day today. They're calling it a heat wave here. And David could have written some of the Psalms here based on what we read in Psalm 52, Psalm 147, Psalm 104. Give strong indication that he may have written the Psalms here at this location. But we also know that in the future, according to Bible prophecy, that En Gedi will play a role in the end times. Because we know that where we are right now, you can't see it from where I am, is the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea to the east. And we know that right now nothing can survive the Dead Sea. It's dead. Yam HaMelach in Hebrew. No aquatic life can survive the Dead Sea. But we know, based on Ezekiel chapter 47 and verse number 10, we know that the Dead Sea will one day be healed. Because waters will flow from the Mediterranean through the Temple Mount, through the Kidron Valley, through the Dead Sea, into the Dead Sea rather, and the Dead Sea will come to life. And so that's what makes this place unique here. Not only did David find refuge here, but in the future, God said he will call for fishermen from En Gedi to fish in the Dead Sea. Well, you try fishing in the Dead Sea right now, that's impossible. Because nothing's there. Nothing's in that sea. Nothing can survive it. But one day, Mayim Chayim, living waters, will flow into the Dead Sea, and the Dead Sea will come to life. Only God can do something like that. You know, when Jesus told the woman at the well, I am that water. You drink from what I give you, and you will never thirst again. When we think of water of life, we think of Hebrew, Mayim Chayim, the water of life. One day, Mayim Chayim will enter into Yam HaMelach. Living waters will one day enter into the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea will be healed. The Dead Sea will come to life. God said he will call for fishermen from En Gedi, right where we are right now in En Gedi. Fishermen from En Gedi will go to the Dead Sea and will fish in the Dead Sea. And the Bible says they will catch an abundance of fish. And this is what this place means to me. This is what En Gedi means to me. Not only did David find refuge here when he hid in one of the many caves that are in the hills here. There are many different species of wild animals here. One of the most famous, too, I should say, is what my Israeli tour guide would call the rock stars, the ibex, who climb all the many hills and the many mountains that you see here, many caves here. And what the Bible describes as the conies, or we just saw a couple of them, rock rabbits. And David, when he was here, described that wildlife when he was here. So there's no doubt in my mind that there is strong indication, a strong possibility, that Melech David, King David, wrote many of the Psalms here. So if you ever come to Israel, and I hope that one day you come with us to see many of my tour groups here, hopefully you'll one day come with us to Israel, experience this land of wonder for yourself, the land of promise, the land of prophecy. And we know in the future the land of primacy. This is Dr. August Rosado with Today in Bible Prophecy Ministries, coming to you from En Gedi here in the land of Israel.